Welcome back, fellow humans. Have you heard about ghost marriages? As they say, what is dead may never die. The tradition of ghost marriage dates back to the Qin and Han dynasty of ancient China. Although ghost marriages are uncommon in modern China, they are still practiced in rural areas. Chinese people acknowledge that the eternal soul dwells in the netherworld after death. Deceased souls have social desires such as marriage and companionship. There is a Chinese tradition called spirit marriage involving the marriage of two deceased people or a living person being married to a dead person to unite an unmarried daughter into a patronage to safeguard the family line. There is a story of one 14-year-old Cantonese boy who perished. He spoke to his mother in a dream, requesting to be wed to a girl who had recently died. His mother employed a spirit medium to disclose the name, age, and horoscope of the girl to see if she was compatible with her son. In the Cantonese parts of Singapore and Taiwan, if an unmarried woman dies, her family place a red envelope with cash, a lock of hair, and a fingernail out as bait in the open and wait for a passerby to pick it up. The family will then emerge from hiding nearby and reveal that he has been chosen to be the groom to their daughter. In ghost marriages, the woman's family demands a wedding gift including money, jewellery, clothes, a little villa, and even servants made of paper for the dead to use in the netherworld. After the marriage ceremony is complete, all the paper possessions are scorched to be delivered to the spirit world to be utilised by the couple. If a living groom is marrying a ghost bride, he wears black gloves rather than the classic white gloves. In homes, an altar is adorned with the spirit tablets of the paternal forefathers and illustrations of the gods. A married woman's temporary paper tablet is held at the altar of her husband's family. Nevertheless, if an unmarried woman dies with no children, her spirit tablet cannot be honoured within her family home. So women are only able to gain admission in the lineage through matrimony. Therefore, ghost marriages are a viable solution to safeguard that unmarried deceased daughters still have an association to a male descendant line and can be properly honoured after death. By tradition, unmarried women were regarded as an embarrassment, concern, or threat to the entire family. Even in modern Hong Kong, unmarried women aged 30 or over are said to be leftover women or bare branches, and are believed to have mental challenges because no ordinary person would willingly stay unmarried. A ghost marriage instigated by a living bride was popular resistance custom that permitted them to stay single while still being incorporated into a family. Chinese-style ghost marriage previously took place in Japan, but was substituted in the 1930s by a deceased person wedding an inanimate doll due to the upsurge in young single men perishing during the invasion of Manchuria. During the wedding ceremony, a photo of the dead man is positioned in a glass holder alongside the doll to symbolize their union and companionship. If a woman agrees to marry a deceased man because she loved him dearly, she would be widowed immediately upon marriage and subsequently live chastely with her husband's living family. It is deemed as an act of feminine integrity and martyrdom. Some women were cautious to participate in the funeral ritual, mourning customs, celibacy, and the insistence they reside with his family. She and her husband's relatives become the social instrument to adopt a young child, if possible through a brother naming his own son to the lineage of the deceased. As an adopted son, his responsibilities were to make offerings on his father's birth and death dates and to receive his deceased father's portion of the family wealth. In late 2016, a mentally disabled woman was fed potent sedatives to kill her. She regained consciousness and noisily banged on the coffin during the burial ceremony, startling the family of the deceased man. In Shanix Hospital, an employee reported that the death of young women spreads like wildfire. Many families who lost their sons would conduct an auction for the dead woman's body. There are even matchmaking enterprises established for families to pair their deceased son with a recently deceased woman. Some rural inhabitants sleep near their female relatives' graves for weeks, fortify their tombs, or even construct crypts to prevent tomb raiding. I absolutely loved the supernatural-themed Netflix show The Ghost Bride, which is an adaptation of Malaysian author Yang Chu's 2013 novel of the same name. The Ghost Bride series is set in the traditional and modern Penang culture. It follows a 20-year-old woman being pressured to marry the deceased son of a wealthy family to save her family from falling into death. What do you think? Leave your opinions in the comments down below, and please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to check out the Night Dreamer blog linked in the description. Thank you for listening, fellow humans.